with me. We in your city. We going country, we going select. Get with me. We in your city.
Hey, what up, everybody? Welcome back, man, to another episode of the podcast, the Real Mojo Point of View Sports Reviews podcast. How's everybody doing today, man? Well. As we you can tell by the title of the show, and you know, the first thing on the screen, the governor in Texas, Greg Abbott, lifted the mask mandate. I don't know how much sense that really makes, being as though, you know, the CDC already said they're still not even comfortable with travel by plane and everything like that. You know, they're really not comfortable with us traveling as a whole yet, you know, as a country yet, because things are still not under control. The vaccine's getting out, but it's getting out slow, and it's looking kind of unorganized. But, you know, he went ahead and lifted the mask mandate. And, you know, it's similar to like down in Atlanta. You know, Atlanta's having the NBA All-Star game there. And we already know it's a free-for-all in Atlanta. So now that's basically two states. Florida's kind of lax. I don't know if they got a mask mandate. I'm not 100% sure. Somebody can educate me later. But, you know, there's a lot going on in the country not to be having a mask mandate. So when people fly there and go there for these sporting events, because Texas is the last maybe 7 months, been having huge boxing events there. So if the people are not mandated to wear a mask, right, and they come into these huge events, Floyd Mayweather was at one of the fights. You know, one of the fights was Errol Spence, who was from Texas, but fans and his friends is from all over the place. So they come down, watch. So people fly there, and they may have to wear the mask inside the stadium, but the stadium and the arena is not the only place they're going. You know, they're all over the place. So with that being said, they come down, hopefully not, but possibly spread COVID or contract COVID or whatever, however you want to put it. You know, the pandemic, the virus, and then go back home. So now you're putting at risk your family, you know, your kids and all that, people you work with, people you do business with, and things of that nature, and just like everyday random people. And you know, if you go there because we don't got to wear a mask here, that means you don't like wearing a mask anyway. So they probably one of the people that have it here every chance they get, or have it off every chance they get. You know, and it's a pain wearing a mask all the time. It's a pain. You know, it's a pain being covered up and things of that nature, and can't go here, really can't hit the restaurants and all of that stuff, and can't go. In a sense, we haven't been able to enjoy life for a year now. You know, life as we know it is been changed for like a year, but it's something that got to be done. You know, it has to be done. So I don't know, man. I need somebody up in here to let me know How y'all feel about this? See the dude in the picture, under his nose. Now he don't even got to worry about that no more. And even some of the top doctors in Texas, they warned him about that, about lifting the mandate and what it's gonna do. What it's possibly gonna do. You can't really be sure that it's gonna that the cases are gonna rise and all the other stuff, but we know that's the best way to get it. Being in close proximity, not wearing a mask. If you're sitting around talking to somebody, y'all should both have a mask on. That lessens the chances of you getting it even more. But you lift the mask mandate, and I don't know how their vaccination process is working down there. I'm not sure if their vaccination process is going pretty good, better than up here in Mass where I'm at. But if you take that option away, or if you throw that option on the table, rather, not take it away. So you got an option now, wear the mask or not, but you won't get in trouble. Restaurants got to seat you and serve you. Only places maybe like the post office and airports, maybe because it's federal. It's federal buildings. But if they don't gotta if they can't turn you away, then now you just putting all type of people at risk when you go in there. You know what I'm saying? Like all type of people, which is crazy. All because you don't wanna wear a mask and just do what you gotta do to keep other people safe and just kind of giving people respect of not getting them sick and things of that nature. But you already know as soon as that is and it's about to be the weekend too, so you already know people not gonna be able to wait. They're gonna go crazy out there. They're going crazy out there now, and they probably loosened up restrictions as far as as far as how many people could be in the restaurants and things of that nature. So Texas is about to be the next it's about to be like Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be like Atlanta. Which is crazy because Atlanta's like their mayor, she was talking about all that. Her kids don't, if they go out, stay out and all that. But obviously she been out and not wearing a mask or something. She could have got it from the kids, but she ended up with COVID too. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Let me know though. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. Because to me, this is crazy. And then what that's going to do is that's going to put pressure on other states that already didn't believe, like, oh man, it's not that serious. We could do this and that. We could, we could get away with it. People got to just social distance and all that. So I think that's going to put pressure on other states and governors who already was in the back of their mind. Two, saying, this might be a little bit much. And the economy, because what the main thing is the economy suffering. So anytime you can say, I want to do this to help the economy, then pretty much people's gonna go for that. People's gonna go for that. So with that being said, I feel like he moved a little bit irrationally. Probably a lot too soon, but if everything does go right, and we hoping, I'm not hoping that it goes wrong and then the whole Texas catch the pandemic, the virus. But the thing is like, you hope it goes right. He hopes it goes right so he could say, see what I'm saying? I was the first one to, dude, trust me, I hope it goes right too. Everybody want to be out and about with no mask and all that good stuff, man. Everybody. But sometimes it's just best to be on the safe side, And for the simple fact too that I would listen to the CDC before I listen to the governor. If the CDC is saying, not right now, I really kind of could care less what the governor got to say. I could pretty much care less what the governor got to say. Because the governor is the one directly, like, his state is one of the ones suffering, just like everybody else. And Texas is great for tourists. There's a lot of stuff to do in Texas, and it's a huge state too. So just the revenue in general and things of that nature is like, it's suffering, and I'm pretty sure the pressure's on him, stuff like that. But he kind of got to stand packed on, like, making sure everybody's safe. Because right now, that's kind of like irresponsible because he's not making sure everybody's good, But, we'll see. We shall see. Now I'm about to go from a bad note to a bad note. For me anyway. The rest of y'all probably won't care. But Ben Roethlisberger re-signed in Pittsburgh. Imagine that. The Steelers signed Ben Roethlisberger. With all these quarterbacks like out here and available, wanting to move, wanting to get drafted, guys in the draft. They want to draft somebody who can't even go downfield no more, really. And you got all these young receivers other than Juju that get up the field and go. Even Eric Ebron gets up the field. You got Benny Snell coming out the backfield. I mean, because I believe Connor's done. I don't think they're going to re-sign him. Yeah, I don't think they're going to re-sign him. But to sign Big Ben after the way he played is just, I don't know, man. It's kind of like a slap in the face to the fans, and to those receivers. It's like they dropped a lot of balls. But come on, man. You got to do better than that. We got to do better than that, Pittsburgh. I'm not even believing that they did this. And I don't even know the terms of the deal. I don't even think they put the terms of the deal up there. Okay, he reduced his pay by $14 million. Okay. So he reduced his pay to $14 million from 19 million in the final year. Okay. So it lowers the salary cap hit, his salary cap hit by for the team a little over 15 million. So that's not bad. But what can they add that they really need to win? Because to be honest, he's the weak link of the team. If you really want to be honest, Ben's the weak link of the team. The defense was tough. Defense was top 3. They started to break down where they had injuries and then all the turnovers towards the end of the season. So, and the 3 and outs. So they had to get right back on the field, which kind of wore them out, but they still stood up. The defense still stood up, but like once you get wore out, there's really nothing you can do. And then you got a team in the division with Lamar Jackson. Then you got Cleveland with the best offensive line and running game in the NFL, to me. So in terms of, and teams are getting better. And then Cleveland got a nice loaded defense. Myles Garrett is coming to his own as a top 5 defensive player in the league, I think. So with all that being said, if their top player on their team is a defensive end, right? And the defense is probably the strong suit other than the run game. And our weak link is the quarterback and the run game. So that means, and the offensive line. So that means their defensive front is better than our offensive front. We can have all the receivers in the world. You don't got time to get the ball to them, they're useless. If you don't got time to get them the ball, they're pretty much useless. I mean, as we seen, like he can get it to them short, but pretty soon teams was just like sitting on those short routes. They were sitting on those little shallow crosses and all that, either knocking the receivers out or just picking it off, or making big plays on the ball. So yeah, I don't know really the pluses of bringing Ben back. I don't see the pluses of bringing him back. Just for me, it's just no benefit on bringing him back. The leadership, the leadership aspect of it. But other than that, that's it. Yeah, the leadership aspect is about it for bringing Ben back, especially now with the new guys in the locker room. Team got younger, and the guys who kind of got the bad taste out of their mouth from him, Antonio Brown and those other guys, those guys are gone. So you can kind of he can go in the locker room and say, "Oh, I'm a champion. I'm a 2-time champion. You know, this, and that." And you know, that's what we'll go with, even though he didn't win. Wait a minute, did he win an MVP? I don't think so. I know James Harrison got one, and I believe Willie Parker got the other one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't even think Ben won the MVP in the Super Bowl. I don't think he got one of those MVPs. Maybe, you know what? May have been Santonio Holmes. It may have been Santonio Holmes that got that MVP. He got the game-winning touchdown, even though Ben threw the touchdown. But I'm not sure if Ben got the MVP of that game. I'm gonna have to look that up too before the show's over. Hopefully, if I got time, if I don't forget. Yeah, I believe that was Willie Parker too. I believe it was Willie Parker. Yeah. And I know we keep talking about it. We keep talking about it, right? But this right here is a big one that I'm about to put on the screen, because and I was on this dude for a while, right? I was on this dude for a while. Joel Embiid. Is he the MVP right now? Right now, I gotta say he's the front runner. Right now. Everything he's doing now he does have a good team around him, but like I was saying before, I believe Doc Rivers actually helped him out. I believe Doc Rivers actually helped him out. You know, I believe he told him, like, you know, in order for us to win, we got to go through you. You got to be in shape. You got to be on the court for one. Got to grow up, dude, and got to toughen up. I mean, because a lot of things that was Embiid's problem was just being a big baby, man. Like, being a big kid, want to stay on Twitter going at people. You know, it's like sometimes I feel like he would rather been on Twitter than on the court. You know, you're missing 11, 13, 17, 14 games here and there, like bad back and all them things. Not bad back, bad conditioning, poor conditioning. That's what it was, you know, poor conditioning. Joel Embiid, he wasn't in shape. He wasn't into the game. You know, he was just happy to be there. And I'm saying stuff, people listening, people getting, I'm getting a reaction out of people, things of that nature, right? But now he done took the game serious. He done took himself serious. And he took pride in his team. Like, this is his team. He knows it. Everybody else on the team knows it, you know, and that's what's really going on. Everybody on the team knows it. And he's borderline, man, unstoppable. Well, he's unstoppable. There's no borderline right now. He's unstoppable. He's in shape. He's unstoppable. He's unstoppable, man. See if they just go right to that play or they do some little commercial. There it is. Look at this. Bang. Step back three. That's crazy. Step back three from a 7-footer. What, 7'2", 7'3", 280? And he's pulling step back threes. Imagine that. That's crazy. So to me, right now, I think he went past LeBron, even though LeBron, the struggles happening. Well, LeBron's not struggling, the team's struggling, but what's going on over there is not LeBron's fault. That is a lot of Anthony Davis being out. Because Anthony Davis really hasn't, honestly, to me, like, show me that he is well, we already went over the top 5. He's definitely not in my top 5. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just feel like Anthony Davis he was healthy last year, so he helped. But I just don't feel like in the grand scheme of things, Anthony Davis is going to be it in terms of taking it there and winning. Like honestly, when LeBron's retired, right? I think the Lakers are split from Anthony Davis in a heartbeat. I don't even think they care that he don't want a long-term contract. He's doing the thing like trying to do how LeBron's doing it. I'm gonna take a short-term deal to see what they do. The Lakers could care less. I guarantee you, the Lakers could care less if Anthony Davis is there after LeBron leaves, depending on what the team looks like. As a whole, if they can bring in some big time pieces though. Some big time pieces. And I don't know what they're gonna be able to do, but they'll be looking pretty good salary cap wise because those dudes is not really taking huge deals. Long deals actually rather. We'll say they're not really taking long deals, So the salary cap, it might hurt for a year or two, but the Lakers don't really care about that. They care about being the best franchise ever in history. So they'll pay that fine or luxury tax or whatever they want to call it to win now. That's something that other teams won't do, like the Celtics, Spurs, and teams like that. I don't think they'll do that. But there's some teams out there that need to win. The Clippers may do it or they may not, but they're gonna need some different pieces. And it's gonna be funny to see when LeBron is gone, who is gonna try to slide over into the Lakers for them big paydays and and that winning culture, because some people that's going to be coming up in a couple years, like Zion Williamson. Now the league is watching, not the league, well, the league teams is watching, and the thing is, would you make him the franchise player? Like right now, it's looking good. He has Brandon Ingram there, right? He got Brandon Ingram there. So it's looking pretty good. Him on a, I'll say him paired up, I'll say. Him paired up with another really good player. And he actually got a real good supporting cast over there. He got a good supporting cast. And in New Orleans. But I mean, like the stuff he's doing is crazy. The stuff he can do. So I don't know if teams are watching and they're saying, well, when his rookie contract is over, might bring him in as our franchise. I don't know if they're watching that or if they're saying like, we need a little bit more just to see if he can, if he can sustain the weight and all that and carry, whatever. But to me, you can make him your franchise, to be honest. You can make him your franchise because and keep his weight in check over the rest of the duration. Actually, see, that's the thing, because your front court is all set. Steven Adams, and then they got Jackson Hayes also, because you can do that too, and you can definitely win with that. Even though it's a guard driven league and 3-point shooting and all that. Just the main issue, the health, the condition and all, stuff like that. If he can keep that in check, the next 8 or 9 years, I don't think he'll be able to do exactly what he's doing now, which is whatever he wants for the next 8 or 9 years, and at a superstar level. So hopefully he can do that and possibly bring a championship to New Orleans. Because, everybody's talking about how great Anthony Davis is. He couldn't even get him out of the, first or second round. So, I don't know. We hope. The thing is, you never want to wish nothing bad on a young player, so you hope they can, they can go out there and get it in for a long period of time, but sometimes that's just not the case. And then I don't think we ever seen a dude like Zion Williamson, though, that's his issue with the issues that would be posed to him, because he's so strong and explosive, and it's just and the size of him, it's a lot of muscle, but it's still a lot of weight on your knees and ankles and your lower back. So, with that being said, I don't know that he could sustain that style of play, I'm guessing, maybe. I don't know if he can sustain that style of play for a long period of time. That's what I'm looking for. So if he can sustain that long period of that style of play for a long period of time, he might be all set. He might be all set. And New Orleans might be all set because he's taking the team. He's taking it over from Brandon Ingram. You know, he's taking it over from Brandon Ingram. So that's not going to be the issue. The issue is, do you let him know that right now until you can see 2-3 years of him keeping his body in check, his weight, his professionalism, all that, because that all ties into the professionalism, you know? Him staying in shape, keeping the weight down. Also, elevating his game. You know, he either got to get a mid-range or more consistent with the three, but just the way he can attack the rim, he's just like, I don't want to see him nowhere. I don't want to see him out, living out at the 3-point line, even if he can make them. It's just like he got that gift of just being able to just dominate in the paint. He's leading the league in points in the paint right now. So then you pair that with a big guy like Steven Adams and Jackson Hayes, who can take some of the pressure off from rebounding. Brandon Ingram, he's out the rebound too, and Lonzo will rebound. So it's a good mix they got going in New Orleans. Hopefully they can just keep it. Hopefully they can keep it and get everything going. Real quick, man. Shout yourself out. Where you at right now and where you from? Shout yourself out, man, before we get up out of here. Go ahead, man. Shout yourself out. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. Where you at? Where you from? What's going on? I see somebody out there. Look like a Twitch streamer. What's going on? Don't tell me y'all got scared by the topic. Don't tell me y'all got scared by the topic. You mean to tell me a topic other than sports scared you? Stop it. So who's that, man? Who's on Twitch right now? Who's that on Twitch? Who is that, man? Quit being scared. Say what's up. Shout your Twitch out. Hopefully, if you're watching, that means you followed or subscribed or something like that. Tell me that's what it means. You followed or subscribed or something. And you could jump in there and talk about, one of the topics that I had up there. Mask mandate, Big Ben, is Zion the truth, the MVP? Let me know, man. Let me know. We got plenty of time. We ain't got nothing but time. What you trying to do today? It's Thursday. The week's almost over. I shall return tomorrow. I've been vlogging. I've been vlogging kind of heavy. Vlogging's kind of fun. All right, man. Going once. Before we get up out of here, going once. Going twice. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe, hit the like, drop a comment in the comment section below. Make sure you hit the subscribe, like, and share, man. Hit the podcast. This is going up on the podcast. It's going to be available on all streaming services, Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever podcasts are found, you can find me. All right, man, I'm about to get out of here. Hope y'all have a good day. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.